Today we're going to talk about Karen Olivier. She is an artist based out of Philadelphia and mostly does sculpture and installation type works. What's the first thing that you notice in this piece? Maybe is it the clothes? Is it the brick? And when I first look at this, I definitely see the clothes, and maybe it represents a certain type of person or maybe a type of community. So now we're going to look at this on a larger scale. How does this type of structure make you feel? Does it make you feel invited? Does it make you feel shut out or maybe uninvited, not very welcoming? Now, thinking about how you feel about the structure, how do you think the laundry or the clothes add into that? Now, are the clothes people that are not invited into the space? When looking at what type of structure is this, and what does it remind you of? Maybe some type of building or school. The next piece we're going to look at is by Karen Olivier as well. What type of object is this piece creating? Is it something familiar? Do maybe you or a parent have this object? And what does your parent usually do with this type of covering? What's the purpose of this covering? Maybe is it for protection or safety against something? You're protecting your car against maybe some bad weather. Maybe these shoes are representing, again, more people and a specific type of community. Maybe they're being protected from something. Next piece is a large sculpture. And what does it remind you of? Have you ever been to a playground or a park and seen this type of object there? What's different about this object compared to the objects you see in a park? Maybe because it doesn't end, it kind of ends right here in the middle. How would that make you feel if you kind of just got stuck right here? What type of emotion would you feel? Maybe sad? It's kind of an unending, never-ending slide. You kind of just get stuck right here. I know I would be pretty sad if I couldn't really go anywhere. I would just be kind of stuck in this little area right here. This is another piece. Have you ever seen maybe this type of object maybe while you're fishing or maybe in the ocean, on a boat, or some type of water, body of water? How would this piece look different if it was not in a gallery space? Maybe what would it look different or feel different if it was maybe in an outside setting, or maybe a gallery space that had really bright walls? Would that feel different than how it feels right now? Again, I feel like it maybe is going back to the sense of safety and protection, um, because buoys are kind of this like safety thing uh, in the water. That's kind of what makes me feel. So there's this type of pattern that you see with all these works with by Karen Olivier, is this maybe some safety, maybe childlike type of memories. Maybe this brings up maybe a childhood memory of going fishing or going boating or something like that. How do all these pieces, um, how do they all represent art, and what um, what makes them art? Because they're not a typical painting that you might see, or maybe something that when you think of art you might think of just maybe Van Gogh or the Mona Lisa, but these are pieces that are also artwork. And so how does it make you think it's artwork by these different types of objects that you see? Maybe um, the slide, or this wall that has a lot of different clothing and fabric that are woven into these types of brick pieces. So think about these questions as you're looking at these different artworks by Karen Olivier, and think about how they make you feel, and maybe some stories or meanings that you come up with when you're looking at these pieces.